So with regard to today's verse, verse number 18, Vedhyo Vaidya Sata Yogi Viraha Madhavo Madhu Athindriyo Mahamayo Mahotsaho Mahabalaha. It's a beautiful understanding of the gunas of Bhagavan here, which talks, the quite essence of this entire verse is God is something, the God consciousness, it's an experience rather than you study it. It's more about an experience. So let's start with the first nama here, which says Vedyo. So when we say Vedaha, Veda is knowledge. We say knowledge. But the question is whether this knowledge to be read from the book and we understand, or do we experience it? It's a question. Because always this question comes, so that because we have a theoretically some understanding, or it is very important that you imbibe, you get those experience in yourself. Now here, the reference what the commentators give, including Shankara, Adi Shankara says, Narayana has to be experienced. He is not something like read, cherish, and go. Not something in the literature. Like I'm reading Bhagavatam, I'm understanding. No, it's not like that. You experience Narayana. You experience Krishna. Now, how do I understand Krishna? Because supposing you say Krishna, Krishna is one of the person you see that he has come as he has descended down, taken avatar, he has done his leela, and he has been here around, and then he has finished and he went back Vaikuntha. Okay. Now, how do I understand? How do I interpret this? How do I get this experience? What is the experience what you gain from Krishna is very simple way. What you have seen, Krishna has done a lot of leelas, lot of miracles, lot of these experiences. And what you get from that is God is playful. Very simply to understand, God is playful. So that means what? You should also be playful with him. You cherish him through play. You be happy with him, right? Because that's what the Leela is. Because his total Leela is, he was very happy. Never he has shown any sad, any portion, anywhere he has been become saying that, oh man, I have been born in the jail, I have been wandering from here to there, I have been pushed to some other place. Even I'm just 3 days old, there were so many devils and demons came to kill me. And Kamsa was sending battalions and battalions and battalions of demons to kill him. So still he was not tired. Still he was enjoying it playfully. He was doing all those. And then yet he was playing with the Vrindavan children. He was going with the Gopikas. He was dancing with them. For all this to relinquish his own life and his own Satchidananda Baba, he took the flute, he was playing, he was playing the enchanting music through that. So what do we get from Krishna? Krishna, knowledge is the embodiment of Krishna, if you say. If Krishna is a knowledge embodiment, the experience of Krishna is like that you have to play. Be happy. So that is the embodiment what he is talking about. So how do we understand? It's not through the literature studying alone you are going to get the understanding of the entire Lord. It is something which you experience the Lord within you. This comes with beautiful understanding from one of the Tamil poet by name Saint Arunagirinath. He has written Tiruppugal. And he has written a beautiful literature by name Kandar Anubudhi. Anubudhi means experience of Muruga, Lord Subramanya. Okay, that experience what he has got with Lord Subramanya. And in that he remarks one beautiful word, Yellam Ara Yenai Iranda Nalam Sollayo Yanakku Murugasura. That means he says, the one moment where I have lost myself. I am no more. The presence, the body, the physic, the ego, the intellect, what I am as a Arunagiri was totally lost. Ellam ara. Yenai iranda nalam. I have gone out. I'm no more there. I'm no more there. I'm not nowhere there. And he says, he pleads to Muruga, Lord Muruga, please explain this experience to me itself. So for this beautiful commentary was given by Kiva Jagannathan in those days. Excellent commentary he wrote, an example he gives, an anecdote. See, one child is putting a candy, chocolate, sweet candy in a mouth, and it is, like it is chewing it in the mouth, and then that the saliva, the sweetness of the saliva goes into your mouth, and then cherishing and dancing and dancing. Sometimes you hop and you go outside, because when you take a chocolate in your mouth, and then when your mother gives you, right, so you will be so happy, and then you're cherishing, and this child is going out, jumping, going out. The opposite house, the neighbor's house child is coming out and asking, hey, what you're eating? This child says, oh, it is chocolate my mother gave. What is chocolate? It is sweet. Now, the child asks a beautiful question, the opposite neighbor's child, what is sweet? Explain me what is sweet. Now, this child doesn't understand how to explain sweet, because sweet is a taste, sweet is an experience. That child is getting into it, right? So that vibe is within the child. It doesn't know how to explain. So he directly goes to her own mother and says, Mother, you gave me a chocolate, right? Mother says, yes, what happened? And I put it in my mouth. It is so sweet, right? Yes, it's sweet. Can you explain what is sweet to me? Because my neighbor is asking me this question. So this is how Arunagirinathar goes back to the Muruga and he says, Lord Muruga, explain me the experience of transcendence, what I have got. So what I am saying is, lordship or a God has to be experienced. It is not through the study. So that's what he says, Vedyo. So here when we say Vedyo means you experience the Lord. He is more of an experience. You have to go within so that you get it. Next one is called Vaidya. Now, when we say Vaidya means we always know the term Vaidya denotes doctors. Correct? The word Vaidya called as doctors. But Radha Krishna Shastrigal, based on Adi Shankara's commentary, he says, Vaidya also connotes, which is called intellectual, who has a spiritual intelligence, he is called Vaidya. One who possesses spiritual intelligence is considered to be a Vaidya. So now you can understand, you have to redefine yourself when you want to call yourself as Vaidya. So what is Vaidya is not only the textual studies. It should be spiritual intelligence what you need to gain. You understand? So spiritual intelligence what we need to gain as per Adi Shankara. So he says, who is Vaidya? One who knows what is going to come to the others. So that means he should have that intelligence to even sense before, like future, fortune teller or something like that, he should be having. Correct? And why Narayana is referred to be as a Vaidya? Because who can cure the disease of ego-related things within us? Because your mind is egocentric. Our body and work, what we are doing is all based on ego and egocentric work. So, he is the only person who can get rid of your egos. He can get rid of all your egocentric mind and make you understand what is your reality. So, that's why he is considered to be a Vaidya. And sometimes we can see that the Asuras, the demons also realized that what they are facing in front is really the God with whom they have to fight. They have fight. Right? Kumbhakarna in the war. When you see that, the story of Ramayana, the Kumbhakarna, what happens at the end, because he understood who Rama is. He is advising Ravana saying that, Are, leave Sita. The Kumbhakarna is famous for sleeping, right? So before going to sleep, there was a big, in the palace, everyone was discussing what need to be done because they understood that the Vanara Senas and all has come to Sri Lanka and then they are sitting there. So they are having a big discussion there. And Ravaneshwara is asking, Kumbhakarna said, Sita is like a poison. She will be destroying our family. It will be better to leave her. Right? The advice was given. Ravana said, No, 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 you guy, you don't know, you go and sleep. So Ravana dismissed him, so he made him to go and sleep. So Kumbhakarna went and he went for sleeping. And then because all the war, the grip of Ravana is going down and down because he's losing the battle, he's losing his ground. So he has to wake Kumbhakarna so that he has to make him go to the war. So he blows the conch, he blows so many things, and then he's trying to wake him up. And he gets up, and the moment he gets up, he sees Ravana and he's asking, first question, did you not leave Sita now? Still you are holding her? That's the question. So he understood this is the problem because he know that Ravaneshwara has not done the right way. So he asked him straight away, did you still not leave her? So she was not back to Rama? And he told, no, the war has been declared and everything is going on. Okay, then he says, yes, understand. This should be the last visit what I'm going to talk to you. I'm just telling, remember, even if I die from the war, please save our generation and family. So just leave Sita back and give it back to Rama. But still Ravaneshwara told, because I have given you the life, I have given you food, I have given you all comfort, so you have the duty to help me, right? So as a brother. She says, okay, he is going. So he goes to the war, he is trying to kill the Vanara Sena and all. Right? So Vali comes and jumps and he bites the nose of Kumbhakarna, the nose has been cut. And then between Rama, Lakshmana, they both are trying to fight with Kumbhakarna. So Rama then says, go Lakshmana, let me fight with him. And then he cuts his both arms and his legs. Now, before that, Kumbhakarna, as he realized already this is the Lord with whom he is fighting, he told, Rama, can you do only one favor? Because I understand that you are the Paramatma. Do only one thing. Please throw my body into the ocean. Let not all the peoples, including my brother, see my very damaged body so that he doesn't get into upset or emotionally down. Please throw my body to the ocean and grant me liberation. So Kumbhakarna was one of the person who was granted liberation by Rama himself. Why I am saying Asuras understood when they got all their negative qualities out, their entire Antakarna has got Shuddhi and then they surrender to that Paramatma. So who does this cleansing effect? Only the Vaidya can do it. And who is the greatest Vaidya for us? Narayana is the greatest Vaidya. Who can create that? Who can see? He gives you that and then he cleanses you out. So that is why he is called as Vaidya. Vedyo Vaidya Sata Yogi. One who is always in the yoga. Right? One who is always in the yoga. So now the question is, what is yoga? Because always there is a question about yoga and many people misinterpret yoga in a different way. Right? Because they always think yoga means something with the body posture. Yoga means something to do with physical things. All right? Physical things can be a substitute or an allied issues for us. What is very important to be a yogi is the balance of mind. Because it is called Samatvam Yoham Uchate. When you have a balanced state of intellect or a balanced state of mind, then you are considered to be a yogi. Right? Otherwise, what happens? There are three stages, what they say. There are three kinds of peoples who we'll always see. One is called Bohi, another one is Rohi, and third one is Yogi. Right? Who is Bohi? Who enjoys the pleasure. Always enjoying the pleasure. He is the Bohi. Right? So who goes behind the pleasure, senses, gratification and all, always cherishing behind the senses and pleasure. He is called as a Bohi. Another one is Rohi, who always complains about something. He is always a Rohi because the disease is not outside in the physical body. Disease is within his mind itself. The person who has a disease in his own mind is considered to be a Rogi. And for that, we can say 99.99% of the world population all are Rohi. Because everyone has some infliction in their mind somewhere. Some impurity is stuck. So we all are having that problem. So Rohi. One is Bohi, Rohi, and who is Yogi? The person who is trying to balance the state of mind in a Samadhi state or in a balanced way is called as a Yogi. And here we say he is always a Sadha Yogi. He always keeps in mind in the balanced state. It doesn't matter whether it is this side or that side. For him, everything is same. For him, everything is same. That's why we say in Tirukkural, there is a Kural we say is about defining the God in the Kadavul Vaalthu, that is the praise of the God. We say, Vendudal Vendamai Yandu Miladan. Vendudal means likes. Vendamai, dislikes. He is person who doesn't have these two. He doesn't have likes or dislikes. For him, everything is same. Whether you show this, you show that, because of that, he is not going to accept many. For him, both are same. So that's why it is called Samatva. We are always tarnished between these two. Correct? We are always tarnished between these two. That's why we are called Dvanta. Dvanta means duality. We have likes, we have dislikes. Raha, Dvesha. We always have these two. We are always tarnished. We like something and we expect that to be happening in that way. We dislike something, we don't want that to be happening that way. Right? One of the beautiful poet by name Kannadasan says, how does the God exist in the mind of the human being? As long as something happens to you which you don't like. As long as you wish something which to be happening. So one thing which the negative which is happening to you, you don't like it, which is happening to you. A positive which you want to happen, but still it has not happened to you. As these two things are there, still the God exists, he said. In the minds of the people. Because you are always wandering between these two, right? So I don't like it, but it's happening to me. I want this because it's not happening to me. So you are always between the likes and dislikes. But for the God, it is nothing. It is Samatvam. That's why Lord Krishna was liking when they were seeing something like, there was a beautiful incident happen. Okay, I don't know whether you remember that. It was also in a movie which was captured. So everyone, there was a mirror which was given as a gift. Okay, and it was in the palace of Krishna's palace. Everyone was looking at the mirror. So Satyabhama says, the mirror has a peculiar character that if you go and see your face in the mirror, it doesn't show your face. It will show who do you like most. That was like a mirror. Okay. So it was a Vichitra mirror or a Manas mirror or whatever we can say. So see, the mirror was open. Satyabhama goes there and she sees Krishna. Okay. And then Abhimanyu comes, he sees his lover. And everyone is going there and they are seeing, and then they can see the other, whoever they liked. It was showing their own, the best, whoever they liked. And Krishna was standing there, and then Rukmani is asking, you go and see, because they want to know who he likes most, right? Whether he's Bhama or Rukmani or something. Krishna told, no, I'm not going to go. Just close the box. No, no, you have to go, you have to go. He says, if I'm going to see the mirror, don't get shocked. No, no, you go, you go, you. So everyone pushed him. So Krishna goes and he opens the mirror. And for that, everyone's surprised, when Krishna looks at the mirror, it was Shakuni who was there in the mirror. So everyone was astonished because he was the exact, like the fellow who is behind the things in the scene. Right? So it was Shakuni who was there. And everyone was stunned. Bhama was stunned, Rukmini was stunned, Balrama was stunned, Vatsala was stunned, Abhimanyu was stunned, everyone. How come Shakuni was there? What is the, why you like Shakuni? Right? So then Krishna laughs and closes the box and he says, that's why I told you I don't want to see the mirror and I come. Right? So that's how this scene ends. It is like a suggestive ending for us to understand. What I understand from this is, even if it is a god, he was cherishing the knowledge of the Shakuni, even though he is very, he is cunning, right? But he was a challenging person to Lord himself. So any move, what Lord Krishna has to do, it is to tackle Shakuni only. It is not for anyone. Strategically, Shakuni was playing opposite. And he was cherishing the knowledge of Shakuni. That means what? Even though he's a negative character, you understand what I'm saying? Even though he's a negative character, he's supposed to be the person who has to be killed like that. But Krishna liked Shakuni. So we can understand they are considered to be the yoga stage. So they don't have likes or dislikes. They will go with what you have, the greatest characters, what you have. Right? So that is why we say that that's a divine quality for them. Next one is Viraha. Viraha means what? Who has a physical valor. We say he has a physical strength. So beautiful understanding for Viraha. It is not only physical strength we say. Okay, it is not only the physical strength. One of the greatest Tamil poet by name Avvayar says that who is considered to be Veera? One who has controlled or one who has overcome the sensual gratification, one who has a control over his own Dida Buddhi, Dita Manaha, one who has the control of stability in himself is considered to be the Veera. So it is not the physical mind what we are talking about. It is not about the physical thing what we are talking about. It's not the physical body. It's about the mental, emotional balance one who can establish himself. Then he is considered to be the Veera. This is not only because this goes in turn with Adi Shankara's commentary also. That's the beauty. What I'm saying is, you can see that Adi Shankara's same version was also echoed by Avvaya. So we can see that how these saints have got the same wavelength of mind, what they were echoing in their own writings also. So Adi Shankara says one who has controlled his own senses, his own emotion, brings the balance in the state of intellect and the mind, he is considered to be Veera. Same thing echoed by Avvaya. So we can understand who can be like this is the person who can. So that means it is something where we can understand that who is creating this Viraha, who creates the turbulence in our mind and all those things. Is sometimes your intellect is something which can be creating all the troubles. Right? So sometimes your intellect is something which is deceiving you. Right? Who is the best culprit for you, which is sitting in yourself is your intellect. Sometimes the knowledge which is giving you trouble also. Why? Because we are not in a whole way of understanding the total knowledge. We get half of a knowledge. It's an unholistic knowledge. So that knowledge troubles us. And that because of that trouble, what happens? We get into this entangled questions and then all these things happen. So that's why those days when we say the greatest thinkers were saying that, it is always better keep me away from all this, theoretically knowledgeable persons. Keep me away from this group and make me associated more with the spiritually knowledgeable person. Okay, so one of the poet by name in the poem by name Thiruvasagam. Okay, Thiruvasagam is one of the poem which was beautifully written. His intimacy between Lord Shiva and himself was written by the Manikavashaka Perumal. So in that the saint says, beautifully says, he says, what are all the places where I have escaped in my life? He says about so many things where he has escaped, right from the womb of a mother, how he has escaped from many things he writes. So what are all the things, including the hunger where I'm trying to escape, the thirst, what I want to try to escape, the sensual gratification, what I want to escape, the sexual arousal, what comes to my mind, he wants to escape. And that he writes beautifully. He says, Puraitum, 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 Puraitum. Puraitum means I'm trying to escape, trying to escape, trying to escape. Beautifully he says, Kalvi ennum palakadal Puraitum. These type of theoretical knowledge, what you are talking about, bookish knowledge, right? I have to escape from that, he says. I have to escape from this knowledge. Kalvi ennum palakadal pizhaithum. I have to escape. Re Shiva, please grant me that of knowledge where I have to escape from this theoretical knowledge. That means what is beautifully understood, experience of getting into that greatness, supreme, is totally different from this theoretical. Because the more we study, sometimes you get more confused. The more you study, intellectually you question. What happens? Because our brain, our way of experience is very limited. You question yourself and then you don't get any idea of it. That is where you start. So it is very important that we have to escape from this type of bookish knowledge. That's why he says, Kalvi ennum palakadal pizhaithum. I have to get rid of this theoretical, intellectual, bookish type of thing. I should not do. So why I'm saying is, if you can cross this, and if you can get into more and more of a balanced state of mind and intellect, then we are considered to be Veeraha. That is what the Narayana is. So that's why we are saying he is a Veera. Madhavaha, beautiful name. One of the beautiful name for Krishna is Madhava, Madhusudana, Krishna, right? Madhava. So what does it mean? Maha, Ma means Sri. The word Ma represents Sri Devi, Lakshmi Devi. Okay. Ma is also considered to be big, huge. When we say huge, Ma. Okay. Now, when we say Ma Tavaha, here the reference is about he is the Veda Murti. He is the total knowledge Murti, right? One who is in the total knowledge side, in a holistic. And what is the way that we can get or we can understand him is only way that Krishna himself has told, Ananya Chintayantoman Ejana Paryupashati. What is Ananya Chintayantoman? Are you don't need to go here and there, going around and round and round. Just surrender to Mamekam Charanam Braja. Sarvadharmana Paridyacha Mamekam Charanam Braja. You just surrender to me. That should be fine. So Charanakati can take us to understand the greatest Murti of Veda Murti. So it is better to understand him rather than take the scriptures of Veda and trying to read it. We don't know how many janmas we are going to study and understand Veda. It is very, very difficult. Rather than the Veda Narayana or Veda Murti who is there, if we experience him, then you can transcend and understand the entire total knowledge. Correct? Even one drop of that, that's why we say Bhagavad Gita Kinchit Adita. Ganga Chalalava Kanika Pita. So Bhagavad Gita, kinchit adita, even one drop of nectar of Bhagavad Gita is enough for us. If you understand it rightly. Correct? You don't need to read pages and pages of things to understand. Because that one drop is also the essence of Krishna. Because you are not reading something else outside. You are also reading the essence of Krishna itself. So, what does it mean? That one drop is enough for us. Adi Shankara says, it's not me. In Bhajagovindam, he says this word. Bhagavad Gita kinchitatita. So, it is good that we can even just get that even one drop. Drink that one drop of nectar and understand. Same way, one nama, chanting of one nama can give you that transcendence effect. So that is equal to understanding the biggest Veda. Why? Because he's the Veda Murti, he's the Brahma Vidya, he is the totality, he is total knowledge. For me, it is very difficult. Valmiki says, Vedo Jati Pate Bumsi, Sakshat Ramayanatmajaha. He says, see, for me, Veda is very big for me. But what happened, they say beautifully, they say, the entire Veda incarnates itself like a parrot. It is sitting on the top of a tree, where I just go and catch that parrot. And then the parrot is singing in my ears. I'm just repeating what the parrot is saying. Now what happened? Entire Veda through the parrot, I have received it, done. So what does it mean? The revelation by the parrot is nothing but Ramayana. So if you read Ramayana, Ramayana is equal to, it's not is equal to parrot. Ramayana is equal to Veda. So that's why we have Itikasas and Purana, because Vedas are abstract for us to get into. We don't understand them straight away. Not easy for us, it's very abstract. For that very simple way to understand, that's why our Maharishis and Mahaniyas have given us the Itihasas and Puranas. Understand that intricacies of those stories, you will understand Vedas straight away. So that means what? If the Itihasas and Puranas is a legend or a story which is written about Narayana itself is Veda, then you can understand how that Murti is. So the Murti is nothing but embodiment of Veda itself. That's why we say Madhavaha means he is Veda embodiment. Total knowledge embodiment. Madhuhu. Madhu means what? Honey. Right? Madhu is considered to be a beautiful substance. See, in our Sanatana Dharma, there are certain things which we don't include, which we consider to be not that much of, pious for us to go. Say, for example, if you want to offer a fruit, okay, simple. For some, exceptionally for a Bhakti Yogam, it is totally different. Supposing if you want to offer a fruit, we don't lick it, we don't bite it, and then we don't offer it to the God. It is called Uchishtam. Correct? Uchishtam. Can we do that? No. There's nothing. And something which has been put for a dead body, we don't offer it for the God. Correct? Do we do that? Do we offer our hair to God? Anything, even with a small plug of a hair in a prasadam, whatever you want to offer, if you say that, you take it out and then you don't. But Shastra says, Uchishta, Vamana, Predavastra, Romaha, Pavitraha. Pavitraha, how? Let us see. What are all these things? How this could be the Pavitram. Now, the classification, the commentators gives a beautiful understanding. Uchishta. What is Uchishta? Uchishta means someone has already taken it, tasted it, or there is a saliva of someone. Which one is that? A cow's milk is always the Uchishta of the calf. Is that not considered to be a Pavitram? That cow's milk you offer for Abhishekam, for Lingam, or whatever it is. Uchishta, Vamana. Vamana means vomiting. Whose vomit we are taking? Honey bee's vomit is honey. Am I right? Honey bee's vomit is an honey. We offer that as a pure product to the God. We do Abhishekam for God with honey. Correct? Preda Vastra. The Vastra from the dead. Where do you take? From the silkworm, you take the silk. Is that not a Preda Vastra, the cuckoo? That you offer. The Vastram, which is made up of silk, is considered to be very prized. See? Shastram admits that, right? Preda Vastra is considered to be one of the sacred ones. Then Roma, hair. Where do you get from? We say Kambali, the woolen things which have been made, right? The wool which has been made from that goat. The hair of the goat. And that is considered to be one of the sacred ones which you can offer. So now you see these four things which are considered to be, the act of that is considered to be not good, but it is in Shastra, sometimes they have been permitted. Why I am saying the Vamana is basically the honey bee's Vamanam, which is honey, which is one of the purest one. And and the Radhakrishna Shastrika says, in purity, honey is the only product which doesn't create any side effect. You can consume it. It's an edible one. It's a consumed one. Right? It doesn't create any problem. It doesn't create any side effect to your body. And it is very good for your body also. Right? Same way, consuming the Narayana mantra in your mind and the body doesn't create any side effect. See how they are equating. So, Madhava, Madhuhu. By chanting his name, it is considered to be Madhu. The other way of understanding for the same word Madhu is, that means it should be sweet also, right? Madhuraha is Madhu. Correct? Who was the person who understood that? I would say Saint Tyagaraja was one of the greatest poet. Correct? In Telugu, he has written, what is that? Rama, O Rama, Ni Namamu Yenta Ruchi. Ruchi means what? Taste. By chanting your name Rama, your Nama is so Ruchi for me. Right? O Rama, Ni Namamu Yenta Ruchi. Same way he says, as long as I see you Rama, not only chanting, just seeing you as a Murti, Vigraha Murti, who he is having in his home, he is daily praying to that deity. By seeing the Murti Vigraha, he says, Khana Khana Ruchira. By seeing you, I am getting so much, happy. It's so taste. So that means what type of taste he should have seen? He should have seen some madhu there. That's what I am saying. It should be the taste of some sweetness, what Saint Tyagaraja should have seen it. That's why it should be considered to be a madhu. That's what I equate here. So madhu means even the chanting of Ramanama is considered to be the greatest taste what is given to your tongue. Narayana Nama is considered to be the greatest one. That's why we say Sankitya Narayana Saptamatram Vimukta Dukkha Sukhino Bhavantu. By just chanting the Narayana Nama, Narayana Shabda Matram, all your dukkhas will go. So we are going to see that in the Palashruti later. Okay? Atindriyaha. Next Nama is called Ati Indriyaha. What is called Indriya? Indriya is senses. The one who is not entangled into the sense organs or senses gratification. That means one who is not entangled with the materialistic life. Not into the objective, like sometimes you are entangled into the material way of looking at it. That's where you are getting into that. type of a time. So you are considered to be Ati Indriya, that one who has got out of the sense organs. How do we get out of the sense organs? Let the sense organs to be directed towards that divine. The sense organs cannot be controlled. We need to understand. Okay, understand that. People will always say there is a word that you have to control the senses. You cannot control the senses. Then what you can do? See the picture of Bhagavad Gita, Gita Charya, right? So you should have seen this, where Krishna holds the ties of the ropes of all these 5 horses, right? Correct? And he is sitting in a chariot, and he is giving the bodhana to the Arjuna who is standing behind and is trying to receive the advice. This is how you see the picture. Krishna is standing on the chariot, or sometimes he's sitting and he is doing the advice, and the Arjuna is standing and receiving it, right? Now, this 5 horses, we all know that is the senses. But the senses is all yoked into who? In the Supreme Being. That means what? This all 5 senses to be directed, please understand, not controlled. It is directed towards the Lord. When you direct it towards the Lord, then the Lord is centered in your life. As he is sitting on the chariot, he is the primary person who is going to drive your entire life. Then you, as the Jivatma, just surrender as Arjuna and then listen to him. He will lead you. This is the simple understanding of Gita. So that means what? Your Indriyas have to be directed. Understand? Directed. Because they are horses. They don't know direction. Please guide them with the direction. So then we become the Atindriyaha. So one who has controlled the senses. Mahamaya. Maya means illusion. Maya means one we cannot understand. The delusions, illusions which we have. Most of our ignorance is also considered to be a Maya, because we have lot of bodily attachment in our life. Right? We have to come across why we have this bodily attachment, because of the Trigunas. The Triguna Vishesha, which will create your bodily attachment. So you need to come out of this Mahamaya. So who you need to go for the guidance? The one who has win over this Maya, you have to ask him. Right? So then he can only guide you. So that's why we say, even though you don't see him sometimes, even though you don't understand where his existence is, still you believe that the entire Supreme is the one who is ruling the entire universe. So you surrender to him. Correct? This is what it has been sung. Even I think so, this one beautiful song sung by M.S. Subbalakshmi, you all know about it. Right? Kurayondrum illai maraimurthi kanna. Where she says, Kannukku theriyamal nirkindrai kanna. I don't know where you are. I have not seen you. Visually, I am not able to see you. Kannukku theriyamal nindralum enakku, even though you are behind somewhere. Kurai ondrum illai maraimurthi kanna. I don't have any problem at all. No grievance for me, no complaints for me. Because why? I know somewhere you are there. Am I right? I know somewhere you are there. Thirayin pin nirkindrai kanna. What is that? Thirai means there is a veil. What is this veil? The veil is the Maya. I know you are behind that Maya. So even though you are behind that Maya, that veil, I know that you are still there. See the firmness, what belief we should have. I know even this is a Maya. I know behind that you are there. This Maya is like a passing cloud for me. Once it goes off, I can see. So this understanding is very, very important. That's why we say he is considered to be a Mahamaya. He creates the illusion. He creates the delusion. For what? For you to understand the clarity that he is behind everything. Okay? And then the next one is called Mahotsaha. Maha Utsaha. Utsaha means always enthusiastic. So I always wonder how Rama and Krishna in their avatara, they were never tired of anything. Right? So if you ask me like Rama's type of life, living 14 years in the forest, lived a very good life, right? So he was the king and then he was the prince of the kingdom in Ayodhya. And, Dasharatha was, wanting children and especially he wants son. And imagine that he got four sons and especially Dasharatha's lovable son and is Rama. So you can understand how he should have cherished Rama in the Ayodhya, correct? So, but that Rama is going and living in the forest. Think about the way that what are all the sadness, what are all the things, displeasure, what he should have undergone. But he never complained. He was never tired, right? He was not physically or mentally nothing. No problem. He took it same way. And he was ready to fight with all the demons. He destroyed demons. He killed Vali. He killed all the Asuras there, whoever. They come, including Maricha and everyone. Then went for Sri Lanka. And then he killed all the Asuras there, all the negative forces. Then brought back his wife back and he came back to Ayodhya and he established his Ramarajya. Now, entire episode of Ramayana, he was never ever tired of anything. Same way from Krishna. The entire episode of Krishna, he was never tired. He was not tired anytime he was sitting there in the chariot saying that, oh, Arjuna, no, I'm so weak, I'll go ahead. Never ever, he never complained about it. So next, he was planning strategically and he was going in the war, right? So if you read the Yuddha Kanda in the Mahabharata, he was ready for next. Even before the next fellow has come, he has already played something. He has done the act. So he was in that mood. So he was always Utsaha. So that's why we say Narayana was always in Utsaha, Mahotsaha. Mahabala. The Bhala is considered to be immense. We can say it is a very great power and a strength what they have. Right? One of the greatest Bala, see, Shakuni asked Duryodhana to go and talk to Narayana. That is, Krishna was sleeping and you know that episode. That he goes and he wants to get the support of Krishna there. So this Krishna was pretending to be sleeping, to be very frank. He is playing. So he is pretending to be sleeping. And as if he knows that the Duryodhana has come. So Duryodhana doesn't want to sit at the end of the leg. There were two chairs, one near to his head, another one is near to his leg. Okay, so Duryodhana doesn't want to sit near to his leg and he went to sit near to his head. And then Arjuna came and then Arjuna saw Duryodhana and then he went and sat near to the leg. See, whenever we wake up, it is our easy way that you will always see which is very near to your head, right? So usually this is the position. You will never see which is there in the leg. But Krishna knows Arjuna was sitting there. So he was opening his eyes and seeing Arjuna there sitting and he said, hey Arjuna, when did you come? Duryodhana says, I came first. He was sitting there. He said, no, I came first before Arjuna. Oh, Duryodhana, you also came? Oh, okay. What made you come here? Now, I want to ask you something. I want your support. Okay. Because I saw Arjuna. Arjuna has the first option to go, he says. Okay. Because he doesn't want this fellow to negotiate for anything. He says, no, I can't. This is not fair. No? See, I only saw Arjuna first. I don't know when you came. So I saw Arjuna. I thought Arjuna has come. So the option is for him. Okay, let him ask. Then Arjuna says, the war has been declared, Krishna, you know that. You also went as a messenger. Nothing can happen. Now the war is going to happen. So I want your support. He says, okay, there are only two options. One, without any weapons, without anything, I am all alone, independent. The other one, my own senas, which are so much of Akroni senas are there, which is Narayana Sena. So what do you want? Arjuna says, I don't want Sena. I want you. See that? What is the clarity of Arjuna there? I want you, Krishna. I don't want any other thing. I want only you. So I'm happy with you. Then Duryodhana was very happy, thinking, oh my God, this fellow is foolish. He doesn't know what to bargain. Okay, so for us, the victory is very clear. So he was very happy and he went to Shakuni and they saying, Mama, you know what? I went and then I just saw with the Krishna. And what was the deal? The Arjuna, the poor fellow Arjuna was saying, he doesn't know what to talk. What happened? He said, I want you. So he took Krishna without Krishna said, I am not going to take any weapons or anything to fight. So he told that I want you. Then the Narayana Sena was there. I took it. Shakuni says, you did wrong decision. You understand what? Wherever Krishna is there, victory is there. Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha, Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhudir, Dharmani Dharma Dharmama. So wherever Krishna is there, victory is definitely there. You made a wrong choice. So that is a wrong choice. Why I am saying Mahabhalaha, just the presence of God itself is the Bala. So if he is with us, we don't worry about anything. He is always there for us to support. So that is the strong belief what we need to have in our mind. And we surrender to that great Lord anytime, any day, any moment, constantly integrate ourselves with that very strong belief. Then any movement is always guided by him. Okay. So with that, I will stop here. Hari Om Kayena Vacha Manasendriyarva Buddhyatmana Va Prakrite Swabhavat Karomi Yatyut Sakalam Parasmai Narayanaye Samarpayami Yadaksharapada Prashtam Matra Hinam Tuyat Bhavet Tapsharvam Shamyada Deva Narayana Namostute Vishakhabindu Matrani Padavadaksharani Cha Nyunani Chatirikhtani Chamasya Purushottama Anyadacharanam Nasti Tvameva Charanam Mama Tasmat Karunya Bhavena Raksha Janardana Hari Om Tatsat Yidi Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Marghena Mahim Mahisham Ko Brahmanebhya Subhamastu Nityam Samasta Lokaha Sukino Bhavantu Samasta Lokaha Sukino Bhavantu Samasta Lokaha Sukino Bhavantu Hari Om